Hey guys, Unfrequented World. We're out at a friend of mine's in Redbridge. I have been after this spot for quite a while and just haven't gotten the time to come down here. Somewhere in the bush here, I'll show you, very thick bush, somewhere in there is the remains of a 1920 school. I think it was the first school in Redbridge, and I believe my grandfather went to this school. My grade 1 teacher, God bless her heart, was the most amazing woman, Mrs. Baldwin. She was laser for a mind, that woman. Lived to be about 95 or 96. Knew every student she ever had. And I believe this was the first school she taught at. And she told me it was here. And when I was talking to my dad, he told me that when he was a kid, they used to come and play inside the foundation. So I don't know if this school had a basement, but we're going to see if we can find the foundation. I don't know if my dad meant there was a hole in the ground foundation or was it just the remains of a structure. I don't know, but it's here somewhere and we're going to try to find it. So we're looking at the screen on the Nox here. Do you guys notice anything different? 4 kilohertz mode. I did an update to the machine. And it's on firmware version 3 now. So they've added a new mode, 4 kilohertz, which is what we're going to try today. And it's supposed to add stability to the other modes on the machine as well. I'm not sure. Too bad they wouldn't fix the Bluetooth on here. Then I'd be happy. But we'll give this version 3 a go and see how it performs. Well, I'm just looking through the forest here and I don't see any obvious signs. This is the first clearing that I've come to. I'm a couple hundred feet off the road. But then I looked right beside this old log here. I saw a can. But then beside the can, I see a jar. So this is modern. Well, you know, 70s or something. But then look at this jar here. That's old. And there's an old piece of can slaw here too. So is this clearing? Was that something? We'll have to start swinging the detector right here. Well, I don't know what that is, but it had a handle on it and it is like rotten. I could put my thumb right through it. It's been here a long time, whatever it was, I don't know. Here's another piece of it right here. I also see right here a very small impression in the ground. It's hard to show on the camera, but that's not natural. I don't know if there was a homestead on this site. I've just made my way through. It's kind of clear right through here. And I do see old cans and junk. I see modern, like 70s cans as well. But this looks like maybe an old outhouse hole or something. Like it's very small. It's outhouse sized. Maybe there was also an old homestead on this site. I don't know. So we're only 200 feet to the road over there. It's got to be in here somewhere because right where I'm standing, it starts to slope downhill. So not old nails. These would be 40s, 50s, that style. Definitely was something else here as well. Well, it's a very trashy site, guys. Pop cans. I can't believe I found 24 pop cans here. 70s and onward, so I don't know if people just drive down the road and they're getting winged in the bush here. We're so close to the road. I see no signs of an obvious foundation. So there is a four-wheeler trail right beside my buddy's house that goes down that hill, but my dad didn't say anything about having to walk in a long ways. I'm pretty sure the school is right off the road, so that's not it, I don't think. That's the bush we just checked all through there. 100 yard by 100 yard square. I didn't see anything in there. And then my buddy's house is just over here to the left. So I don't know. A little disappointed that it's not obvious because I've been wanting to search this one for quite a while, but I'll have to get my dad to come back with me and maybe point me in a better direction. It's very trashy with cans and things in there. So I don't know what we're going to find anyway. Let's move on somewhere else. Okay, stop number 2. This is an easy one. This is the 1930 root cellar that we found and the 30s bottles up here in the bush. There's a nice field here down below, and I've done a little bit of the field, But those guys had to have dropped a coin here somewhere, and we're going to do the field. My uncle has just cut the field, so it's only 2 inches high, the grass. We're going to give it a go. I know it was early 30s because we found all kinds of bottles up there from the 30s, so it's the best I can do, guys. It's the best I can do. So I'm actually back to using the cheap Amazon headset here with the Knox because it works the best. I get a nice clear tone out of here. Maybe after the update, we'll have to try the Akis again. But I found they had a real crackle to them before, and they're the low latency. These are just a cheap, probably get them for 15 bucks now. I've had them for years. They connect instantly to the Knox, and they give a nice clean signal. So I'm going to look like a dork, but I don't care. It works. Right on the edge of the field, in front of the old root cellar, I've got a solid 30 signal. It seems bigger than a coin, but I'm going to show you it's old because look at this root. It's down here under this great big root. It's right somewhere straight down in there. I mean, it seems pretty big, whatever it is, but it's under the root. Probably an old pickling lid or something. I'm going to call it now, an old mason top or something. We're going to get it out of here, but that's what I'm calling. Yeah, there's a piece of it. I switched sides. I went under the root this way, so there's a piece of it. It's probably an old can or a lid. I don't know. Yeah, an old can. Right in there is the old root cellar, which we've been in a couple of times, so I'm not going to go in, but it's right there. So the root cellar is over in there, and I'm just working out in the field, quite a ways away. We've got another old mason lid. Down there, probably 8 inches. So this is where we found all kinds of 1930s bottles, and I see an impression in the ground up here that I didn't notice before. I think the house was here. The root cellar is just on the other side of that hill, and the bottle dump was back in here. So I'm going to swing the detector. I have never swung the detector through here. And there's all kinds of cans like this that we'll find. And I see more bottles and stuff right here that we didn't pull out of here. Here's another one right here. It's broken. But 1930s all day long. And here's one that's not broken. And surprisingly, I learned something from this site. I found a bunch of little medicine bottles that had plastic screw tops on them, and the bottles were patented 1933, I believe it was. Early 30s anyway. I wouldn't have thought that they had plastic screw caps back then, but they did, so not everything was as it seems. Here's a nice old square one. Unfortunately, it's broken, but if we look at the bottom, there's writing, and we might be able to find out what was in here. Cross, C-R-O-S-S-E, and Blackwell. So I'm going to research that when I get home, see what year it was, and what was the product. So I just want to show you guys this bottle. There's a couple things that we can tell it's old. The lid style, for one. They had thinner lids. They weren't, the depth of the lid was not as thick. They always had a good ridging on the lid. And the bottoms, if you look at the bottom, that center mark, it's not centered on the bottle. So that's early construction of bottles right there. If you find bottles with an off center, you know, they're probably 1930s or before. Hey, look at that. There's one we missed before. What is that? It's got a weird shape to it. Oh, look at that, and it's complete. That's a nice one. Look at the shape of that. Yeah, score! Check out the bottom of this bottle. It has the date on it, and it's a nice looking glass, no cracks. It's perfect. We're taking this one home. Can you guys see that? R&D 1934. But look at the cool shape of the glass. I like that. I like that a lot. I know we think of these old homesteads as rusty cans and all the broken glass and stuff we find, but every once in a while you find a little piece of something that reminds you that it wasn't a black and white world. They had nice colored cups and plates and things, and just a very tiny piece as I kicked the leaves over that caught my eye. And again, you got to watch for this too, right guys? 1873, but it says established on the top. So this product, probably a whiskey, Tennessee whiskey, whatever, was established in 1873. This bottle is 1930s. Some people would look at that and say, oh, you got an 1873 bottle? No. I do enjoy digging these old sites. I haven't found it yet. There was a couple of cans under this tree and even part of a big old bottle here somewhere. I saw a big chunk of glass come out. I'm just waiting to find that one can with a kid's coins in it. You know, his favorite coin, even just one coin that he hid somewhere buried. And you never know, we're going to find it sooner or later. And always wear gloves when you're rooting around in the glass too, guys. 90-year-old glass is just as sharp as the day they made it. I've learned that on a few adventures. You guys have seen me cut myself a couple of times. Here's another really old style one. We can tell from the top it doesn't even have any threads on here. And we know what this one is. If you check the bottom, sometimes it tells you what the products were. H.J. Heinz. So 429, I don't know. There's no date here. 18, H18. So definitely a Heinz bottle. Different shape than I've ever seen. So I'm going to say late 20s, early 30s. Even old leather here. And underneath the leather, ooh, a bottle. What's this? Ah, broken. That's a Heinz bottle as well. Now that's what we're more familiar with, right? That's a ketchup bottle for sure. Here's another one. 1927. Well, 90 years out in the bush. There's not much left. Even the galvanized stuff here is pretty wrecked. Here's what looks like a little perfume bottle, maybe. And there is writing on the side. It looks like CHAP.H. And then I don't know what the next letter is. But maybe, so it's chap.H something. Maybe we can find out what was in that one as well.
A 1920s Castoria. A general laxative especially helpful in cases of sour stomach, colic due to gas, diarrhea due to improper diet. Facsimile, signature of Chas H. Fletcher, The Centaur Company, Windsor, Ontario.
So I did spend an hour going through all along the top, over there 70 yards, and all the way back through here. Lots of can signals, 18s to 20, but no coin signals. As I pulled up the phone to talk to you guys, I saw another bottle over here that I haven't checked out yet. Don't know if it's broken or what. What is this? Oh, come on. It's got a nice rounded form to it. I see another. Come on. Gently does it. Oh, it's not what I thought it was. Gordon Dry Gin. But it's complete. So this is actually a cooler bottle than I thought. Gordon's Dry Gin, London, England. No date on the bottom, but you can tell it's got that really off-centered. It looks like it was gripped a couple times. It's a mess down here on the bottom. So again, it's got to be 20s, 30s, and it's intact and in perfect shape. I'm going to take that one home too. Well, guys, it's getting hot. I'm going to call it. A couple of almost 100-year-old bottles in really good shape. I'll go home and see if we can find some information on value and whatnot. Just a generic value for many bottles that age. You know, they run anywhere from $15 to $40 depending on the bottle. So I'm going to say, $20 a bottle here. That's not a bad morning. We didn't get the detecting in that I wanted, but I still got out, found some history, and had fun. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Lots more detecting to come.